Our Commons Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle is facing calls to quit his role, and he was forced to apologise to MPs after he broke parliamentary precedent yesterday after lobbying from Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer. A total of 57 MPs, largely Tory and SNP MPs, have signed a motion calling it for no confidence in the Speaker. Will he have to go or not? Well, let's ask Sir Desmond Swayne. He's Conservative MP and joins us now. Good morning to you, Sir Desmond.
Good morning.
Good morning. Chaotic scenes yesterday. Just first of all, I suppose, what you think actually happened, what pressure was put on Sir Lindsay Hoyle, and whether or not you think he should go.
What happened was the procedure was changed, and that suited Labour very well. But that doesn't mean that it was changed in order to suit Labour very well. I honestly think, and I've been to see Sir Lindsay Hoyle this morning privately, what I think happened is that the speakership, because this was true also of the deputy speaker who was in the chair in the second part of the debate, had a blind spot to the significance of the change that they'd made. There is a key difference in the mind of an MP when it comes to getting your vote on the record. There is a difference between voting for a motion and voting against amending that motion. Ordinarily, on an opposition day, the main motion is put first. Yeah. That the original
I know, okay, but we discussed all of this. What happened? What do you think pressured Sir Lindsay Hoyle?
On the head of a pin to ordinary people, but the reality is it makes a big difference.
It does make a difference, but why? What I want to find out from you is why do you think
to vote for the motion, and they were denied that opportunity?
Okay, why do you think Sir Lindsay Hoyle broke the precedent against what his own clerk of the Commons said? Oh, now he's frozen. Have we got?
Well, as I said,
we've got you back.
It suited Labour, but that doesn't mean it was done to suit Labour.
So why did he do it?
I think he did it because he wanted everything. Because of the frankly, in my view, the fact that you couldn't get a cigarette paper, as you've already said, between the three motions. He wanted everyone to have their say on their motion.
So he did it for the right reasons. Do you think that he was threatened?
And the Labour Party motion. But the difficulty is that he then created that problem where the SNP never got to vote on their own motion. And that's the key.
OK. Do you think that he did so, you say didn't do it to help Labour, but do you think he did so because he was pressured? Do you think he did so because people are saying, sources really close to the discussion saying that the Labour leadership, whether it was Sir Keir himself, probably wouldn't be because it would be plausible deniability, basically said, we're going to challenge you, for, unseat you as Commons Speaker, could challenge you in your Commons seat, and also claims that, well, if you don't vote for this, Labour MPs are going to have threats against them because they voted the wrong way on Gaza ceasefire. Do you think any of those things happened?
Well, I take the view that I take the Mr. Speaker at his word, and I accept that he has made a mistake, but his mistake was done for the best possible reasons. That it suited Labour doesn't mean that it was done to suit Labour, and that Labour lobbied him for it doesn't mean that he made that decision in order to assist them. That's the difficulty we have.
But if, as he said, as Sir Lindsay Hoyle said, the reasons he did this was he wanted people to have the full debate and because it was such an important issue and because, tempers are running high and the like. He was basically saying because of threats to the safety of MPs and their families, he was going to allow this extra debate. We are allowing mob rule to decide what happens in our democratically elected parliament. That's unacceptable.
Well, I mean, it's perfectly proper that he should have facilitated people to record their vote for their particular preference of the Neapolitan ice cream that was being offered to us. But actually, the way that he did it actually prevented what he was actually seeking to achieve. I mean, he screwed up. There's no question about it.
I want to leave that aside.
And he's apologised.
We discussed the procedure. I think most British people couldn't give two hoots about the procedural niceties, but they do care about obeying mob pro-Palestinian supporters, absolutely. There'll be people who are there who really care about that, but also Islamist ideologists who are exploiting it all, people who are threatening MPs, threatening Jewish people on the streets, and anyone who disagrees with them for speaking out and abusing them online. Hello, keep your abuse coming. I don't care. I'm never going to change my view. But those people were allowed to hold sway, effectively, forcing changes in Parliament. Is that or is that not acceptable to you?
It's completely unacceptable, but I don't believe that's what happened.
You don't think so?
Because of the variety of views and the strength with which they are held in Parliament, he wanted, and he made a mistake in trying to do it, but he wanted to have all three of the options voted on.
Just finally,
it can't be done.
We've got 30 seconds left. Does he survive? Does Lindsay Hoyle survive? We've got 57 MPs now have voted signed a motion saying no confidence in the Speaker.
I think it does depend on numbers. My inclination is that he will survive, but I think also it depends on how many Labour MPs are in those numbers as well. You know, there were many frustrated Labour MPs who wanted to vote for the SNP motion, and that was denied them. And it depends whether they're
all right, Sir Desmond,
sufficiently angry to add their names.
Really appreciate you joining us, Sir Desmond Swayne, Conservative MP. Thank you for that.